My whipped shaken cinnamon latte.
Whipped shaken cinnamon latte.
What does it mean when you say shaken and refer to a coffee?
What you do, and this is how like coffee shops will do it and make iced coffee, is you actually get like I home make whipped cream from heavy cream, and then I put it in a shaker, like a cocktail shaker with ice, with the espresso and with like whatever milk I'm using,
And
then I shake it,
okay,
and then you pour it over.
okay.
Pour it over ice.
And what do you shake? What do you use to shake? I mean, are you
A
doing
cocktail shaker, like the metal cocktail shakers, like in the bar.
Oh, okay.
I must ask, how is it?
Oh, it's fantastic. So just so you know, there is an art to coffee. There is baristas. Don't ever think that barista is a low level job. A good barista is very much so like a sushi artist. So it's way more math, I guess you could say. It's very mathematical to calculate the exact amount of pressure that you need in the ground, in the espresso ground, to create an even distribution of drip and crema on the espresso. So I've been trying to master it for the better part of a year, and I'm about halfway there, maybe 30% there or 40%. But when you actually make real professional, like perfect espresso with the right bean, the right grind size, and the right grind amount, like in grams, your espresso actually tastes sweet and creamy, not bitter and acidic. So you could drink, like Italians drink espresso by itself because it's good by itself.
Not bitter.
They made it correctly.
Yeah. Do you have your own coffee machine?
Oh, hell yeah, of course I do. I have a Breville, which is about an $800 coffee machine. But I want to upgrade soon. Breville's, by the way, a medium tier coffee machine. Like it's like the bottom tier is like those, they're like $200, $300. They're bottom tier espresso machines. Breville is a medium tier. When you go to the high tier, it's about $3,000 to $5,000 for an espresso machine. So like I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace for those types of espresso machines to go to the top tier. And they're like, yeah, $5,000 to $8,000, like even used.
eBay, probably same.
Yeah,
same. Well, I bought the Breville that you're talking about. It's like $700.
Yes.
And so when I got it, I was like, what is this? Like this, it was a bit overwhelming. But after playing with it a little bit, we got the La Raza espresso beans, and those were amazing. And we got it so that we don't make it too tight. We got the correct pull from the beans, and got to make sure that it goes right up into the range. And we got it dialed in, and it's probably the best cup of coffee that I've had in forever. I haven't gone to Starbucks since. So absolutely,
it's way better. Yeah, it's way better. But it goes up from there, my friend. You still have many levels above that.
Well, lead the way.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like all the tools that you need to buy to make it, you have to buy other tools to make it, because the Breville doesn't come with the tools that you actually need to make it a perfect espresso. Like you need additional help. Like you need a funnel. You actually need a gram weighing machine to weigh out your beans.
Yeah.
And to calculate exactly what you need a needler to evenly distribute the beans and get rid of clumps.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and then you need it's a balancer. It's a little twister that you put on top of the portafilter that evenly distributes the beans. Then you need a spring-loaded tamper. And then
some of that comes with the Breville. Yeah.
So those are all the things that I use every morning. But see, I have it down where I can make a espresso in less than 45 seconds with all of those extra tools.
Yeah. We ruined a lot of espresso to get it right. I will say that, but once you did get it right and all the tools you were talking about, like it's a great cup of coffee. Next time you're over, Ian, either at our house or his, you should take advantage of it makes a great cup of coffee. What beans do you use?
Right now I'm on a Cuban one. It's organic. It's pretty good. I've been on it. I've tried a couple other ones and just not as good.
I think this is a good time to thank everybody to coming to the coffee podcast, and if they like it, they should
Yeah,
subscribe.
we're going to talk about how to professionally make coffee.
I'm over here listening to you guys and thinking all I did this morning was mix some instant coffee and a hot thing of water, and
Oh my God.
Blasphemy.
It is.
Blasphemy. It's so blasphemy. I mean, I know, I get it, but
I love it. I love the fact that like caffeine hits my bloodstream within about 90 seconds of me being awake, you know? So I like it. It's inexpensive. It's great. It's organic. And it tastes like a truck driver's ass. I love it, you know?
Should acquire taste.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't mind a truck driver's ass as much as the next guy, but still, like, it's a little rough around the edges.
I find it to be great. I find it to be excellent. So other than coffee
and truck drivers' asses,
how are you guys doing? What's new with you guys in the e-commerce war that we're in? Did you win the battle this week?
I think I don't know how I look at it, like winning the battle. I made progress.
Hey.
So I'd say if there was an individual battle, I made progress and killed some of the enemy soldiers, but we're still fighting, and my guys are still fighting their guys, and it goes on. But I had some good breakthroughs.
Tell me about your breakthroughs. What are your breakthroughs? That's what the world wants to know.
Breakthrough.
Well, I think earlier on a different podcast, I talked about making AI videos. Had a couple of breakthroughs with being able to scale that operation and cranking out tons of videos. And I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but we had some professionally shot advertising videos that were done, and the AI videos performed about 5 times better.
Is it possible you could show a preview of these videos?
I don't know if I can on here.
I don't think we can because it's our brand, but I'd like to see the tool. Could you share the tool?
Yeah, actually, let's see.
Or at least the homepage of the tool.
And I understand there's
the name of it. It's called Midjourney.
Midjourney.
Share it. Let's see what we do. Let's see what this thing is.
Midjourney.
With
a name like that, I can't see how you could forget that it did AI videos.
Yeah, exactly. Or did anything at all.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why it keeps escaping. Like, we use it and then I keep forgetting the name of it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a travel podcast. Yeah. Well, I have a story about TikTok while we're waiting. So my next weekly experience, I'm understanding that there's like a little bit of a honeymoon period for new accounts on TikTok. And there's like a period where TikTok gives like a extra deal on shipping and things like that for a certain amount of time that kind of pushes your brand. And I thought that was a pretty interesting little fun fact.
And how long, what else do you know about that? I guess, how long of a period is that? And what do they mean by there's no ranking? It's not like there's
no ranking, but they're basically putting a discount on the so TikTok is paying like a discount or and they're taking a hit to try to get the customers to try something new. And so it'll show like a little badge that shows like 45% off of something like in a certain amount period. My team is pushing me to push faster. We're in the honeymoon period, and I'm like, this is TikTok, this is Amazon. It's very interesting. But we are getting sales. We're getting organic sales every day, and it's an interesting process. Without even really launching a whole lot of videos or advertising, we are getting organic sales, and it's an interesting process so far. Yeah, nothing like Amazon, but interesting.
That's awesome. And yeah. I want to learn more about this honeymoon period thing. Obviously, there's nothing published about it. I think we just have to keep an eye on the listings and make a judgment call based on that.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the when they first go live. When you look at it on the shop, it shows a discount off of the the shipping or off of the product or something, like 45% off or something like that. And I think it happens for a certain amount of time for new products to kind of help them get exposure. And I think TikTok eats the cost.
Interesting.
Yeah. Still a work in progress. Still 2 weeks in the wild, wild west. So every day is an adventure. I do know that we ran into some issues with getting things, getting category permission. You got to submit a bunch of repetitive documents, but still had the ability to get everything approved. It just required some trickery, but always fun on TikTok.
So what kind of sales are you generating now?
I wouldn't say like let's buy a beach house and retire kind of sales, but I would say that we're getting traction. I mean, anytime you get traction with no advertising and no external marketing, like, I mean, we're not doing anything and we're just kind of like, they're organically finding us. I don't know if it's because of branded searches or if I mean, I know we are pushing some micro influencers and we're doing some samples and things like that, but we're getting some organic sales. There's still a lot to learn, so I don't really want to say the numbers because I don't want to make anybody jealous. So
no, we don't want to make people upset, with your crazy numbers. But what's good is that all you did was list the products and the products you're selling, which is not. I don't see that every day, so it just means that those are good TikTok products. I feel like some products are perfect for TikTok Shop, while others are a tough sell on the platform.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. How are you working the micro influencers, Michael? If so, how's that going?
I definitely was for some time, but it's what I know about doing it is I've been trying to find someone to do a lot of reach out, because the amount of like micro influencers you need to build a brand is pretty insane.
Yep.
And a lot of work. So I've been trying to put together different team members to do that. There was like one guy that, or there's a lot of people right now, what they're doing is they're using bots to reach out to like 20 to 40,000 people daily. And then you get about a 3 to 6% response rate out of the 20 to 40,000 people. So you just need a bot to basically go and do reach outs. A lot of people will engage with you based on if they like your product or it fits their audience. So, you basically you make a bot, you filter it down by the type of creator you're looking for, what the GMV is, certain metrics or engagement they have. And then you have a bot reach out to them and say, hey, I want to do a collaboration with you. And you just do that in massive quantities. And the idea is you want to get as many creators working with you as possible. And that's how I've seen a lot of brands just completely take off on omni-channel platforms, TikTok, Amazon, etc. So I've been trying to basically recruit to do that because, my time on trying to do that exact strategy, like I don't have a bot built yet or anything. So in the end, that's my ultimate goal is getting a bot built, doing 20 to 30,000 reach outs for probably a 600 person engagement with those reach outs. And out of those 600 people, you'll probably get, a handful of 80 or 90 that will actually accept the sample to start doing the video. And out of those people, only a portion of them will actually really make the video. So, within a timely fashion. So you see, that's why it's just a pure numbers game. You need 40,000 people reached out to, and you see how it just filters down to the people that actually will work with you.
I know back in the day when growing like Instagram followers, we used to use a bot and it worked like magic. You got like 10, 15,000 followers like it was nothing, and they'd follow and send messages, and like it was anybody that hit certain hashtags or different pages that like different pages or hashtags, we would then follow them, and they followed us back, and then we would unfollow them. It had like this whole sequence of action, and it worked quite well. Have you started using the bot?
No, I mean, I've seen it in use before. I haven't used it on any account that I'm running, but I definitely have seen it in use. It's very basic, it's nothing unbelievably fancy, but
yeah,
it all it does is really just reach out, you know? So like when you do it, like TikTok has no restrictions on how many people you can message a day. Like Instagram does. You can't use a bot on Instagram to go reach out for people to follow you. It's very difficult. You've probably to follow you, but you can't do like DMs, massive amount of DMs. But on TikTok, you can. There's no restrictions.
Yeah.
So you could reach out to 100,000 people a day. There's no cap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
right.
can build a bot to reach out to 200,000 people a day. You know, if you're like, I want my brand to go viral, then you just build a bot to reach out and just constantly run 24 hours a day to get together an army of creators.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Lately,
if you have an army of creators in your back pocket for your brand, an army, and there you get a lot of them posting, and you just build up your army, you have a multi-million-dollar brand.
absolutely. Have you had any ability with having a video that was good by any influencer of any size, and it had some traction, and then you decided to use, I think it's like the Spark code, and advertise it? Anything like that? Any love with that?
Not recently. There's been a lot of definitely been a lot of creator videos, but nothing has really gone viral. Some have gotten a few thousand views. That's as far as it got. But there wasn't enough quantity yet. Like I've only done maybe 50 or 60. But see, the thing is, you need like 500. It's like 500 from what all the masterminds, everything I've been to. Apparently, most people that are having success on it is like 500 videos is like your baseline.
Unbelievable.
That's where you start. Like that's okay. Good. You built the foundation. You poured the concrete. You got 500 videos. Now you can start. You know, now you can start actually scaling that operation.
Yeah. One thing that one little successful action that I heard recently was getting the influencer to put their product on their showcase. That kind of highlights your product and helps get a lot of traction to your product if they're willing to do it.
Well, we've also noticed that TikTok has been suppressing the amount of views that posts get that are called shopping posts. So posts that have a shopping cart, because TikTok also realizes that they can't just become a glorified home shopping network. They need organic posts. They can't have every post be something that you buy. So
Not yet.
not yet. What our people are doing is putting it in their showcase. Go look in my showcase to buy the product, instead of just putting the cart right on the video.
Yeah.
Because it'll be suppressed.
That's funny though. So TikTok didn't start doing that. They were like, when they were growing TikTok Shop, they were promoting those TikTok Shop videos with the card on them. They were like, let's go. And then they were like, oh shit, this is getting out of hand. Now TikTok's going to basically be a giant Facebook marketplace.
That's the problem, is that everyone's jumping on, TikTok as a money-making opportunity and reaching out to creators of all sizes. And what that's doing is it's saturating the post market, I guess. The posts on TikTok, there's so much sales, and with Instagram and Meta, they can control the amount of ads that you see on your feed. It's an exact algorithm, where with TikTok, they weren't controlling it. So every creator, every post could have highlighted a product to buy. And it gets to the point where as a consumer, you're like, when am I going to see some organic content that's not trying to sell me something? So they obviously had to put it in check and figure out how can they suppress those basically sales creator videos to a degree where they incentivize people to just not sell stuff, so that the consumer has a better experience. It's a tug of war, that they're playing.
Yeah, they're still developing all their algorithms, basically.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, making money is good, but I personally like TikTok because I just like watching people dance to songs. So, I mean,
they want you to. That's the whole point. They want you to they want you to watch dogs and people dancing and cute ponies. That's the whole point. But if you're like, every dancing video is trying to sell you something, you're going to get a little annoyed. But we're figuring it out, guys. I don't feel like I have TikTok anywhere near figured out. And I think most people in the agency space, or my peers, would agree with me. Even guys who are at a much higher level probably still think that they don't have it figured out. I definitely have Amazon figured out. I feel like you guys have Amazon quite figured out, but Amazon's 20 years old. Realize Amazon's literally over 20 years old, the FBA model. I saw a product listing on Amazon. A new client of Michael's actually has a product listing from 2003.
Wow. How many reviews did it have?
It's not even a lot because it was like a really expensive, high-end air filter system. You know, $1,000 air filter system. But that was like, whoa. Amazon's been doing this a long time. That's 21 years ago. People born in 2003 can go to a bar right now, which is weird.
It's funny that like in 2014, even though Amazon was basically 14 years old, it was like the new thing.
It was.
It took 14 years for Amazon to become the new thing. It's like that's the lag. And then now it's like this huge thing that everyone knows about and everyone uses and everyone sells on. And now it's so freaking oversaturated. But like whatever new platform or new thing comes out, it takes time for it to become a thing or become new. But new was 2014. Now it's old news. It's basically 14 years old. Like Amazon, I think really started like in 2010, and then everyone jumped on board in 2012, 13, 14.
Yeah, it sounds like what, the ASM 3s and the 4s?
Yeah, the original, the OG Amazon selling courses back in 20. I mean, ASM, like the first, when that core amazing selling machine launched back in 2011, I think it was. First one, it was just put together with some duct tape and band-aids, you know, like it was just thrown together, went crazy, but so many sellers jumped on board. And then of course, by 3 years later or 4 years later, I mean, you had thousands of sellers coming onto Amazon, thousands, like daily.
Yeah. I always say about that course, if it wasn't for that course, I would have never gotten into Amazon. If I would have followed that course to the T, I would have failed. So it was the fact that I branched out into the masterminds and the various groups, because like after doing the course and 6 months into selling, somebody says, "Did you launch your product?" And I said, "What's a product launch?" And then he showed me, and then it changed my life. So like it was a great course, but it definitely was missing a few things, but it definitely got you started.
I think that you're right. I think the main thing the course accomplished, which is a lot of friends and peers and people I know now that are in the space that are multimillionaires, is that it got them introduced. Yeah, and it was well worth it because
it got us introduced.
Yeah. It got them started. It said, "Look here, throw something at the wall, see if it sticks," and it stuck for some people. And a lot of people's first product launches weren't successful. It was the third product launch that was successful, and that's fine.
Yeah, I did a viral launch, and we gave away like 500 units in like an hour. It was something bananas. However, even though we didn't follow today's standard practices and probably zero standard practices period, it still, we started to get we went from like 1 sale a day to like starting to get like 10 to 15 sales a day, and all of a sudden it was like this could work, this could happen. And so that right there kind of set the beginning of what became 20 products, etc. Yeah.
I think the main thing that's changed on Amazon is the fact that you can't just go source a product from Alibaba and put a brand on it. I think that's the big thing that used to be able to be done. You know, a set of steak knives, hairnet, whatever it is, beard trimmer. Now you have to actually have a unique product idea, with or without an IP, but a complete, unique, revolutionary way of either presenting the product, whether it's packaging, deliverability, branding, or the product itself is just so unique that there's nothing else out there. And once you launch that, you probably have about 18 months max before someone else tries to basically copy you. And then from there, you're just playing defense. But
it's usually about 2 to 3 months on average before someone's copying you.
It depends on the category. If it's a product you source from China, yes, you're right. Yeah. But if it's an American brand where you're dealing with skincare, something that's sourced from the US, I feel like you have a longer period of time before people actually, one, take notice, and two, decide. It's kind of like that that really popular, you know, the snail stuff, right? What's that stuff called?
Snail cream.
The snail cream stuff.
Yeah.
How everyone's selling it. And the number one seller is still doing number one numbers, but they're not doing as much numbers because there's 25 other snail creams now for, less the price. The Kojic soap, I think it's called, that turmeric soap bar that was like going viral. That was like, bottom top 50 BSR. Look how many competitors they have now. That took a couple years. It wasn't right away in the skincare space. So I think if you're going to source or create a product, you should probably create a product that you can source within the US, because that's going to give you a little bit more time to get some market share before the competition kicks in. So
yeah, I would say that this is kind of a funny little story. I think that a true sign of success on Amazon is when you go on Alibaba and people are using your product to market their manufacturing. I think that's a true sign of success.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Especially in the beauty space.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, that's when I was running my own Amazon account, had my own company back in the day. That's what I had. I mean, I had products that were in the top, 300, or some points in the top 10 in the beauty category. So on Alibaba, you find my pictures of my product. We can make this, we can copy this, we can do this. And I'm like, no, you can't. It's a skincare proprietary formula that you have no idea how to make. But it definitely means like you're being successful. I mean, like I originally in 2017 or 18 was I think it was 2017, was the first guy to market with beard shampoo and conditioner.
Wow.
Like there was beard, there was bar soaps. There was like one kind of beard wash type deal, but mostly bar soaps, other things. So then I saw like a beard is a hair. So I was like, you need to shampoo and condition the hair. So I launched a set of a beard shampoo conditioner, and it literally took off. Started selling like 100 units a day, like with 10 reviews. It was just, there was a huge demand for it, and everyone was just selling bar soaps for beards. And I'm like, yeah, because of course I think guys will just wash their beard with bar soap. I'm like, no, the guy that's smart will use an actual shampoo and conditioner. Anyway, it took off, but within 3 or 4 months, 100 competitors for beard shampoo and conditioner sets. 100. But because I was the first to market, I held the market for about 2 years before some big guy with deep pockets came in and completely overtook me. I actually met the guy too, and I was like, why can't you have your own original idea? He was like, why are you making me tons of money with your idea?
He's got a good point. That's
like,
the Amazon game. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm beating you. And I was like, it's fine, He's like, I'm better at what you do than I'm better at doing what you do than you are. And I was like, okay, fine, sure.
So right now, this is the number one seller, and it's trending on search. Okay.
Fit Red Cushion Foundation, Japan's #1 choice for glass skin, long-lasting, lightweight, buildable coverage.
#1 bestseller.
Yeah, if you go to Amazon right now and you type in and you just go like this and you leave it blank, it'll give you the top trending. Okay. So all I did was I just went, what the hell is Turtur? And then that's the branded search. And then the Cushion Foundation this is the top search product on Amazon. It's right here.
Holy crap.
So what exactly is it? It's like a foundation?
Well, it is we don't know. We are not the right audience. I guess it is a foundation.
Okay. It's got lots of different tones and things for different skin colors.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese foundation.
It's Japanese foundation, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. And
wow. So the two top search for terms on Amazon are Turtur, and then again Turtur Cushion Foundation.
Wow.
Yes.
And the next one is Father's Day gifts from daughter. Father's Day. Data want to
yeah.
hear your story. What is that?
Out of curiosity, just out of curiosity, is it possible? Is it possible to check to see if they're doing a whole lot on TikTok and maybe there's some sort of spillover?
I can check on my phone. Let me see.
Yeah, because that seems like a very unique product, and unique products tend to do well on TikTok.
The second most trending is a paperback book called Data Want to Hear Your Story. It's a Father's Day book.
That's cool.
And then Beach
Church
Essentials.
Churcher has a big store. I can actually check in my partner's login.
Yeah. Also, maybe check because if the branded search is the one that's going viral, then we know that it's external marketing.
It's definitely external marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the videos on TikTok are like abundant.
Yeah.
Top liked yeah. This woman just did a video, and her video's going completely nuts yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah. That's probably what it is. The power of TikTok.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so many videos on Twitter. Wow. So let me
It's
check.
funny that I type in these top keywords on Amazon, and then I go in incognito, and it shows me completely different results than my own Amazon profile. Like a way different filter of what I think Amazon's going to consider relevant for me based on my search history, and then what is just defaulting for unknown data.
Interesting.
But it's actually an interesting way to find product ideas, because you can go on the top searches, and if you look at a generic, except for Turtur, but if you look at a generic search, like Beach Essentials is one of the top ones, and you'll see like one guy just launched with a drink holder. He's got just past 100 reviews, but he's selling like hotcakes, and it's a product I've never seen before. It's a very unique, differentiated product.
Interesting.
That I'm sure we're going to see a million of in the next, couple of weeks. Here, I could show you guys. But like, this was a product I would totally launch or copy. But this guy, he just launched.
Oh wow. How's it work? What is it?
It just holds your drink like by in the sand right there.
In the stand? Oh wow. Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Hold your shit. Very clever idea. When did he launch? Or did he just take off? Okay, so he launched 1 year ago.
Okay.
And then he just literally went viral basically in March.
Well, it's also the season. Right now is a
seasonality.
Yeah.
Well, look at last year during the same season.
Yeah.
Oh, he did pretty well here, actually. Not as well as he's doing now, but he's a little old. He's a year old now. This is the product. But it's just like, and then you go and if you type in Beach Essentials.
Yeah, I can't imagine that
product.
costs more than
this is the sixth most common keyword search on all of Amazon.com right now.
Yeah, it's definitely the time.
Yeah, you know that even for next year or right now, Beach Essentials, just not pulling up that exact keyword. Oh, search volume 396,000.
Yeah, that's hot. Can
imagine being the #1 ranked guy for that keyword right now.
Can you click on the search volume and like see how seasonal it is? I bet you it's just bananas. A little trick with launching products is also using search volume increases like seasonality. Like you can use that to make your launches cheaper. Like doing it around Prime Day, things like that. That's always can give you a nice little boom without having to pay for it.
Yeah, and if you see those seasonality keywords and you launch a unique differentiated product for that particular keyword, like this guy did, he has just launched it, and he's got 171 reviews. He has probably a very poor review strategy to only have that many reviews in a whole year, but he's crushing it. Like on incognito, he was ranked #1 for Beach Essentials, one of the biggest keywords. But he's selling thousands of these things, thousands. But seasonally. I hate how it's so difficult. I want to find my exact keyword in its historical data. But let's see. 1 year.
One thing I would say that I would probably just off the cuff add 5 different colors and vine each one of them separately and probably have over 100 reviews.
Yeah, look at this. It's every summertime this keyword goes. It's a very seasonal keyword.
Yeah,
But look at the historical, like in 22, small keyword. And then in 23, this keyword blew up. And then now it's even bigger this year. So beach essentials used to be a non-existent keyword. It started in 2020 during the summertime to become a keyword. And then now it's this viral keyword. Like this is what most people type in. It's funny how that worked, but historically, this keyword had no search volume 5 years ago.
Amazon also bolsters keywords with auto population. So that you know, when you type in beach, it's going to say you want essentials, and people go, oh yeah, right. So
yeah, it's true. They're helping it push this keyword.
Oh yeah,
I kind of do. But this is like how you can do product research. You know, you go, wow, this keyword is blowing up. And then what can I do under this keyword? And then you start to look at people that are crushing it with no reviews. They just launched it. And then you go, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. But if you see some guy with, you know, he's been there for 10 years. He's got 28,000 reviews. You're like, he's going to own the market. Why launch a product to compete with that guy?
Yeah.
You maybe can get 0.5% of his market share. It's like, that's worth 5 units a day. Why do the investment?
Michael, by the way, you're only sharing your tab, so we only see the drop down on the Amazon. There we go. Okay. Oh wow. Oh
Beach
wow.
sense.
That's huge.
400K.
Yeah. Like, but
yeah, look at the history.
But when you look at the multiple, like what is it right before it goes crazy? It probably was like a 20x, 6,000 to what?
6,667.
And what's it at the peak?
At the peak right here in 23 is 354,000. Right.
Jesus.
So in winter time, right before the peak, it's up to 10,000, like in January, winter. And then as soon as March hits, 119,000, 131,000 in March. And then summertime hits and it goes up to 396,000 currently.
That might actually be, if not the same, it might even be greater than flower seasonality. Like that's pretty wild. That's like was it 500x or something crazy? Like something crazy.
Yeah. That's the keyword you want to be. Well, remember, this is also a browse keyword. So you have to think of the different types of keywords, right? This is beach essentials is very broad, very general, and it's very inclusive of many different types of products. And it's not niche. So which means a lot of the conversion rate of this keyword probably sucks. So let's take a look. Let's use another program.
Yeah. Conversion rate's garbage. But
so let's see the actual. Oops, left the wrong one. Let's see the actual exact keyword. Beach essentials. Actually, let's go exact. But I'm curious, probably because this is a browse keyword, this is going to be super low conversion rate, which means people are going to find ideas and then start typing in the keywords they really want.
Buyer intent, yeah.
Yeah, we do one more refresh on this. So yeah, conversion rate, look, 11%. It's a browse keyword. That's a super low conversion rate. So typically you look for an actual buying keyword, they're about 18% and above, 27% sometimes. Like it's going to be people are actually really like, if you're going to type in, white and gold sneakers size 11, that's a buy keyword. People are going to be buying the exact sneakers they're looking for. But if you type in the word sneakers, it's a browse keyword, so the conversion rate is going to be very low. So this is just people are going to find ideas and then they're going to start to filter down their search more.
Yeah, I bet you the seasonality follows the trickling down through the more relevant keywords, because that's 500x is massive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but but even so, like the amount of sales that you need, like this is the daily sales to rank. The amount of sales that you need on a daily basis to get in the top 3 for this keyword is 124 units a day, despite the fact that it's a browse keyword.
The top.
So like if you were to launch a product and you go, I want to be number 1 for beach essentials, you go, great. You need to basically figure out a way to sell 124 units a day under that keyword specifically.
Which,
I know a guy.
yeah. I think everybody knows a guy. Ian, you know a guy?
I know a guy.
You're wearing the wrong hat.
I know a guy. Yeah, I'm looking at
Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy, and
I know
I
a
think
guy
you
who
guys
knows
know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, this was a illuminating episode of the world's most famous and most watched, most listened to podcast in history of all time. The Selling on Amazon Pod, also known as SOAP, also known as SOAP. Thanks for listening.
To our soap
Everyone have
opera.
a fantastic rest of your week. What?
To our soap opera.
Also known as the soap opera. I like that. I'm gonna hashtag it. It's done.
Yeah,
It's done.
it's a soap opera.
Opera. Genius. Have a great weekend coming up here, guys.